Hey Critical Analysis, this video is for your very last Mastery Skills Assessment. So if you're looking at your Mastery Skills Assessment, you'll see quite a list of videos, and we're going to go all the way to the bottom. This is going to be for Combined Skills. So this is your very last skill, and we're going to go into Post-Test 1. And Combined Skills indicates that it's going to be a little bit of everything. So they're going to kind of throw a couple different questions in here that cover a wide range of concepts we've talked about throughout the entire semester. All right, so passage 1. War and terrorism have revived interest in politics in the U.S. Students and attentive citizens who a few years ago turned away from politics are paying attention again. U.S. electoral turnout, with voters angered by the war in Iraq and spurred by controversies over candidates and their policies, is up from lows of 50% in presidential elections. All right, so the best title for this passage, this is kind of like an active reading process, as well as imply and infer. So the best title for this, we know it has to do with like politics and war and terrorism. And so what they're really trying to get at is like this connection between war and American politics, like that apparently war is what brings people out to be more interested and concerned about the policies going on in government. So question 2 is based on the same passage. The context clues in the passage suggest that the best definition for the word revived. So if we have a revived interest in something, that means that it's becoming active again. To means again, like rewind, re-watch, so that prefix means again. So revive, to become active again. Question 3, the tone of this passage. So an author's like feelings or attitude toward a particular topic. In this case, it's really just kind of telling us what's going on. It doesn't necessarily say it's a good or a bad thing. So it's fairly straightforward. The author's attitude is not present here. So that's why we can say this is a straightforward piece of writing. Okay, question 4, same passage again. What can we logically infer from the above passage? So if you look at your options there, it's not that it's saying that they are never engaged in the political process or always engaged in the political process, but it seems like they're more engaged when they're confronted with serious issues such as war, which is what this whole paragraph is about, and that we're a little bit more engaged whenever we have these serious issues, is the implication there. All right, and then the rest of the questions are based off this new paragraph here. History is one of the chief sources of data for political scientists. When we discuss the politics of the Third French Republic, the growth of presidential power under Franklin Roosevelt, and even something as recent as the Cold War, we are studying history. But historians and political scientists look for different things and handle data differently. Hopefully you can kind of hear how I am emphasizing certain words differently, different, but typically historians study one episode in detail, digging up documents, archives, and news accounts on the topic. They have masses of data focused on one point but venture few or no generalizations. Political scientists, on the other hand, begin by looking for generalizations. We may take the findings of historians and compare and contrast them. A historian might do a detailed study of Weimar Germany, and a political scientist might put that study alongside studies of France, Italy, and Russia of the same period to see what similarities and dissimilarities can be found. To be sure, some historians do comparative studies. They become de facto political scientists. Okay, so if it was not extremely clear, they are doing a lot of comparing and contrasting here. They have basically thrown out all of the signal words and phrases. On the other hand, they even use the phrase compare and contrast, similar and dissimilar. So the main point of the passage is mostly that they're trying to show how these two groups of people work or study in different ways. They're looking at history from different points of view. The context clues suggested the best definition for comparative, which they talk about here, comparative studies, derived from compare. So obviously this is based on comparison. Next question, the context clues in the passage suggest that the best definition for de facto, they become de facto, and you can kind of see again that the baseline of that is in reality or fact. They become, in fact, political scientists. Okay. Same passage. What best describes the pattern of organization used in the above passage? Again, we already basically answered this. This is a really great example of clear-cut comparison and contrasting. Comparing and contrasting. Question 9, the tone. Hopefully as you went through and you saw that they're giving us names, they're giving us dates, they're giving us just a lot of information, and there's not necessarily any kind of attitude or opinion being told to us by the author. So this is another example of pretty straightforward. It's neutral. There is no positive, negative spin to it. It's neutral. And then last question, question 10, the purpose of this passage then, well, because it is neutral, as we just answered above, and it's just giving us facts, the purpose is to inform. So that is the combined skills. That is the very last of your mastery skills. And again, I really hope that these videos has helped as you've been going through. I've been noticing a lot of your scores obviously overall improving, so I really do hope that you take advantage of going in here and using the videos to help you complete your mastery skills. Okay, I'm so glad that you guys have been taking advantage of these, and I'm also glad that that is the last skill. Talk to you in a future video. Bye.